All right, let's talk about something that trips up almost everyone at some point, making sure you're actually solving the right problem. I know, it sounds almost too simple, but getting this first step wrong, it's the #1 reason for so much wasted time and effort. So today, we're gonna get this right with a really powerful tool called the CESP framework. You know that feeling, don't you? That kind of Groundhog Day experience where you put a fix in place, you think you've nailed it, and then boom, a few weeks later it's back. That cycle of recurring issues isn't just frustrating. It's a huge red flag that we're probably looking in the completely wrong place for the solution. And right here, this is the heart of the issue. We see something that's obviously wrong. Sales are dipping, a process is taking forever, team morale is in the tank, and our first instinct is to just patch it up. But what we're patching is just the symptom. It's the surface level warning sign. The actual problem, the real root of it all, is just left to fester, which means it is absolutely guaranteed to pop up again. So the big question is, how do we stop chasing our tails and start finding actual, lasting solutions? Well, that's where the CESP diagnostic framework comes in. I want you to think of it like a detective's toolkit. It gives you a simple, structured way to investigate an issue, to look past the obvious clues, and figure out what is really going on. Okay, first up in our toolkit is the symptom. This is the flashing red light on your car's dashboard. It's the headache you wake up with. It's the customer complaint that lands in your inbox. It's the very first thing you can see or measure that yells, "Hey, something's wrong over here." It's impossible to ignore, but here's the key. It isn't the problem itself. So, if the symptom is just the alert, what's causing it? Well, right underneath that symptom lies the problem. If the symptom is the headache, the problem might be, say, dehydration. The problem is the specific, clearly defined issue that is directly causing that symptom you're seeing. This is the what. What is actually broken here? But we can't stop there. We've got to dig deeper. Why does the problem exist in the first place? That is the cause. It's the absolute root of it all, the why behind the what. So why are you dehydrated? Well, the cause might be that you didn't drink any water after your morning run. See? Solving for the cause is how you make sure the problem doesn't come back. And finally, we have the effect. This is what I like to call the so what factor. What are the real consequences here? With that dehydration headache, the effect is you can't focus on your work and your whole day's productivity just tanks. In business, the effect almost always boils down to time, money, or unhappy customers. It's the reason why solving this thing actually matters. So you can see this clear, logical path taking shape, right? You start with the symptom you notice, which points you toward the specific problem. From there, you dig down to find the root cause, and then you look up to see the overall effect and understand what's at stake. Following this path stops you from just jumping to the easiest, and usually wrong, conclusion. Okay, so knowing these 4 parts is one thing, but using them is where the real magic happens. The whole goal is to combine these elements into one single, super clear problem statement that takes you from that vague feeling that something's off to a concrete target you can actually aim at. And this slide just shows the difference perfectly. On the left, we have employee morale is low. I mean, what are you supposed to do with that? It's a symptom, sure, but it's a total dead end. But now, look at the right. By using CSP, we get the whole story. The cause, a lack of clear career paths. The problem this creates, a 15% jump in people quitting. The symptom that got our attention, that low morale. And the effect, a $50,000 hit from recruitment costs. That is a problem you can actually solve. But hang on, before you run off and start building a bunch of new career paths, there's one last crucial step. You have to validate that your problem statement is rock solid. And this simple checklist is going to make sure you've done your homework. So just run your statement through these checks. Is it specific and measurable, like that 15% turnover? Does it focus on one single issue instead of trying to boil the ocean? Does it clearly call out the root cause and the impact of the effect? And this last one is so important. Is it totally free of proposed solutions? You have to define the problem completely before you start thinking about how to fix it. It's a classic trap to jump to a solution too early. And when you get right down to it, that's what this is all about. Taking the time up front to be super precise about the real problem, using a framework like CESP, it's not slowing you down. It's actually the fastest, most direct path to a solution that will stick. It's going to save you all that time, money, and frustration of fixing the same thing over and over and over again. So I'm going to leave you with this question to chew on. Think about the challenges you're facing right now, maybe at work or even in your personal life. What's a symptom that you've been treating like it's the real problem? Take a minute to really think about it using these steps. You might just be surprised at what you uncover.